Bradley Walsh and Donna Derby have always seemed unshakable. To millions, they are the definition of lasting love, two people who faced every storm together and somehow kept smiling through it all. Bradley, the charming entertainer whose laughter has filled British living rooms for decades, and Donna, the graceful woman who has stood beside him since the very beginning, his anchor, his confidant, and the quiet strength behind one of Britain's most beloved men. But behind their radiant smiles and effortless chemistry, a quiet, emotional struggle has been unfolding, one that few have seen and even fewer could have imagined. Because recently, those closest to the couple say something has changed. A heartfelt goodbye, a moment of truth, and a choice that has left even Bradley's closest friends deeply moved. Before the fame, before the chase, before the world knew his name, Bradley Walsh was simply a young man chasing a dream of making people laugh. In the 1980s, his career was just beginning to take shape. He was a stand-up comedian, working long hours and late nights, performing in small clubs where audiences were sometimes smaller than the stage. And that's when he met Donna Derby, a talented dancer and choreographer who had already earned her own spotlight. She was radiant, confident, and completely grounded. Bradley later said in an interview, "The moment I saw her, I thought, that's it, that's the woman, I just knew." Their connection was instant, but what made it last wasn't the glamour, it was the quiet understanding between them. She knew the struggle of show business, she knew the sacrifices, the uncertainty, the constant pressure, and she stood by him through every late night, every rejection, and every small victory that led to the next. In Donna, Bradley didn't just find love, he found peace. For years, the world saw only the joy, Bradley's infectious humor, his quick wit, and the way he could turn any awkward moment into a burst of laughter. But at home, away from the cameras, there were times of doubt. Fame can be a blessing and a burden, and Bradley felt both. When the chase became a phenomenon, his schedule became relentless. Between filming, acting in Doctor Who, and fronting other shows, his days stretched from dawn to dusk. And while the country saw a man full of energy and confidence, Donna saw the exhaustion behind his eyes. Friends say she often urged him to slow down, to take care of himself. But Bradley would just smile and say, "People are counting on me. I can't stop now." Donna understood, but deep down she knew something had to give. It happened quietly. No big announcement, no dramatic scene, just a moment of stillness that changed everything. Earlier this year, sources close to the couple revealed that Donna had been reevaluating her own life and their life together. For years, she had stepped back from her own career to support Bradley's. She rarely appeared on television, choosing instead to protect their family's privacy. But recently, Donna made a decision that stunned even Bradley. She told him she was stepping away from nearly all public commitments. No more red carpet events, no more social appearances, because she needed to focus on something far deeper, her family, her well-being, and the life they had built quietly away from fame. At first, Bradley didn't understand. He thought it was just exhaustion, maybe a need for a break. But then Donna said something that would stay with him forever. She said, "Bradley, sometimes to protect what we love most, we have to let go of what the world expects from us." Bradley was silent. For once, the man who always had a joke, always had a comeback, had no words at all. Though the couple have rarely spoken publicly about challenges, those close to them say that the past few years have been harder than most. Between filming The Chase, Breaking Dad with his son Barney, and other ITV commitments, Bradley spent months on the road. Donna, ever patient, stayed home, managing their household, keeping things normal. But even the strongest marriages feel the weight of distance. There were missed dinners, late-night calls, and quiet moments when one would fall asleep before the other could even say goodnight. And yet through it all, Donna never complained. When asked once about her husband's fame, she simply smiled and said, "Brad's happiest when he's making people happy. That's who he is. I just try to make sure he comes home to something real." That one sentence revealed everything, the depth of her understanding, and the quiet sacrifice behind Bradley's success. It was during the filming of Breaking Dad that things came to a head. Bradley and Barney were traveling through Europe, exploring new adventures, meeting new people, and creating the kind of father-son memories most only dream of. But behind the laughter and excitement, Bradley's mind was somewhere else. He later admitted to a friend that during one of the long drives, he suddenly realized how much time he'd missed at home. "Barney and I were watching the sunset in Italy," he recalled, "and I thought of Donna. I thought, she's my sunset for 30 years, and I've missed too many of them." When he returned home, something was different. According to those close to the family, Bradley walked into the house and found Donna sitting by the window reading. He didn't say a word. He just sat beside her and held her hand. And in that quiet, there was more emotion than words could ever express. A few weeks later, during a charity gala in London, Bradley made an unplanned speech. He spoke not as a celebrity, but as a husband and father. He said, "You spend your life thinking the applause is what matters. The truth is, it isn't. It's the person waiting for you at home who keeps you grounded, who reminds you who you are." The audience fell silent. Some said he was visibly emotional, his voice cracking slightly when he mentioned Donna by name. He said, "She's my reason, always has been." It was a rare glimpse into the heart of a man the nation often sees as unstoppable. While Bradley was returning to his roots, Donna made her own quiet decision. She stepped away from choreography, from public events, from interviews. She wanted stillness, and she wanted Bradley to have it too. In a letter she reportedly wrote to a close friend, Donna said, "Fame is a storm. It can sweep you up and make you forget who you were before it began. I never want us to forget that." For her, this wasn't an ending. It was a renewal, a way to reclaim the peace that fame had taken from their everyday life. For fans of The Chase, Bradley's energy seems limitless. His laughter echoes through the studio, his banter keeps the chasers on their toes, and his charm feels effortless. But those who know him best say much of that strength comes from Donna. She's the calm behind the chaos, the one who helps him find balance when the world spins too fast. Bradley once told a friend, "I've got the best job in the world, but it means nothing if I don't have Donna to come home to." That's why her recent decision to quietly step away, to slow things down, struck such a deep chord in him. Beyond the spotlight, Bradley and Donna's proudest achievement isn't television or fame, it's their son, Barney Walsh. Over the years, fans have watched the beautiful bond between father and son unfold on screen. But what most people don't see is Donna's influence behind it all. She raised Barney with warmth, humility, and grace. She's the reason, Bradley once said, that Barney never lost his kindness in a world that can sometimes be cruel. When Breaking Dad became a hit, Donna stayed out of the spotlight, happy just to watch from home. She never wanted to be part of the fame, Bradley said. She just wanted to be part of our lives. Now, as Bradley enters a new stage of his life and career, those close to him say he's slowing down. He's choosing projects more carefully, spending longer at home, and prioritizing quiet weekends with Donna. And the couple have even been spotted enjoying peaceful walks near their home in Essex. No cameras, no entourage, just two people rediscovering the simplicity that first brought them together. And in that stillness, there's a beauty far greater than fame. After Bradley's emotional gala speech, social media lit up.
Fans shared old clips of him and Donna, writing messages like, "This is what real love looks like." Others commented on how rare it is to see a man so open about his feelings, especially one known for his humor and resilience. It reminded the world that behind every public figure is a private story, one filled with sacrifice, patience, and a love that doesn't need headlines to survive. Recently, Donna was seen attending one of Bradley's live tapings for The Chase. She sat quietly in the audience, smiling as her husband made the crowd roar with laughter. When the camera stopped rolling, Bradley walked over, kissed her hand, and whispered something only she could hear. An audience member later recalled, "You could tell that whatever he said made her tear up, but in a good way. It was pure love." Maybe it was a goodbye to the hectic years. Maybe it was a